Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Alex, and we read about the book The Princess Bride from page 94 to page 218 from last week. And in today's meeting, we're going to discuss about the assigned reading from the previous week. And the first questions I would like to ask is, sketch a quick picture that represents the assigned reading from the week. Share your pictures with the group and explain how the pictures relate to the text. And since I've already assigned this to you, so you might be prepared. So let's just take turns to show your drawings and explain.
And I draw the page 112. It shows that the trail are climbing a mountain with the buttercup and the Wesley running after them. And
Um, uh, my pain is about the it's at 132 after the nobleman killed the Inigo's father, and Inigo tried to kill him too, but he failed. Um, and this is my
Yes, I remember that. And the nobleman also used his own sword to cut two perpendicular lines on his forehead. Yes, and the scars remained for his whole life. What about you, Leo?
I draw a picture of the battle between Inigo and the Man in Black. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
the man in black, as we know after, he is actually Wesley, and
Mhm.
they're both pretty good fencing. They're both pretty good at fencing, and this is the battle between them. And my drawing is the final battle between Sicilian and and Wesley, also known as the Man in Black, because the Man in Black have already killed Inigo and Fezzik, and there is only Sicilian left in the trial. So they decided their death on picking the one with poison inside, and this is what I drew. And thank you for sharing. Let's go to the next question. Create a social media post from a character that summarizes the character's experience over the course of the assigned reading. Share your social media post with your group. And for this question, I mean that if you are the character, what would you like, or what will you post on your own social media post? And this is also already assigned to you guys, so let's just take turns to share your thinking.
and I write is Westerly and waiting for me, my dear Buttercup, and I'll save you. I think that because of the because of the Buttercup, Wesley affection for her and kept him fighting until the end. So yes, that's it.
um my post is about physics. I'm physics. Different from others. I'm much bigger than them. My classmates looked down on me. They said I'm cool, and I was trying to resist. I failed. Eventually, I found that they were right. I'm really coordinate. I could not revolt them. However, my parents never gave up teaching me. They let me hit my father in order to make me fight for myself and protect myself. I really appreciate it.
Yes, this is a very good experience, and this is also the early experience when Fezzik was in his school. He was bigger, but he doesn't know how to fight back, so all his classmates bullied him actually. So this is a very good post. I like it. What about you, Leo?
So I'm also trying to show something about Felix's experience from his childhood. So Felix the giant was employed by Sicilian. He doesn't have a problem with against the law, but he doesn't like to fight dirty. So he's a friend with Inigo. They like to play rhyming games. And Felix is very tall and big. So he's a giant. And his parents made him fight competitively to make money. He's from Turkey, but he met Sicily in Greenland, where was when he was unemployed. And he hates working for Sicily, but he would rather work for him than go back to the circus to perform.
Yes, so yes, so he likes to rhyme, and in the book we know that the Spaniard, also known as Inigo, always likes to laugh on his rhyme, and that's also his personal experience. And what I would like to share, I'm in the perspective of Wesley, also known as the Man in Black. I wrote after killing all the three people who kidnapped Buttercup. I'm just so excited to tell Buttercup the Man in Black is actually Wesley, the man who is waiting for her and looking for her all the time. And I'm just so excited to reveal my mask and show Buttercup I'm the man that he always loves. This is what I would like to share. And so this is the reading check ideas questions, and you all did a pretty good job. Let's go into the details about the book. So since last week, at the very end we talked about what would we like to discuss in this episode. It's the prediction of Buttercups. And now the first question of all is from the last episode. What happened to Buttercup actually? Summarize the experience of Buttercup of the assigned reading.
At first, the prince stood on the Black Sea and introduced Buttercup to the people. And the Buttercup wanted to go down and meet the people because she herself was a common woman. And after the meeting, Buttercup felt a little bit tired, so she goes back to the castle and to have a rest. And at noon, Buttercup went to the horse riding, and about half an hour before the castle was left, she picked up a gun of three, who uh,
Yes. I actually want everyone to talk about her experience, and this is very nice experience before she was kidnapped. We all know that she actually followed Prince Humperdinck, and they got married. And in their castle, Buttercup rode horses, as you said, and she rode a horse alone, but soon she was kidnapped. Um, Teresa, could you please tell us what happened to her next?
Next,
Yes,
um,
after she was kidnapped by the three
after
pirates.
and the three kidnappers uh take the princess uh and they went across the channel of the filter and also climb up the cliff of insanity and eventually she's saved by the blank the man in black.
Yes, the man in black is actually Wesley, as we all know, and he hid himself in the black mask in order to trace Buttercup and to get her from the three pirates, which are Inigo Spaniard. No, they're the same person. Inigo Fezzik and Sicilian. And during the the process, Wesley first beat Wesley first beat Inigo with his excellent fencing skills, and then he beat Fezzik with his very strength. And at last, we all know because the two wines are all poisoned, but the man in black, which is also known as Wesley, he spent 5 years building his body up to be immune to the poison, so he was able to survive. Yes, and Leo, could you please tell us when Wesley or the man in black, when he revealed his mask, they were down the alley, right? And what happened next?
The prince and and the prince come and they want to
Fire swamp, right?
yeah, fast from and the prince thought they will be killed because it's really dangerous there. But Wesley finally managed it and take Buttercup um out of the fire.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to hear from you. They were down the alley, and there was only fire swamp in front of them, and it was very dangerous. And Prince Humperdinck just said they would rather either die in the fire swamp, or if they survive, there is only one way out. So Prince Humperdinck and his army was waiting at the exit of the fire swamp. And as we all know, finally Buttercup and Wesley were caught by Prince Humperdinck at the exit of the fire swamp. And that's all until page 218.
And eventually, Buttercup try to change herself to make to let Wesley to go back his ship, um, but he may not back to the ship because the princess, the prince, might catch up him.
Yes, this is this is also the satire I would like to discuss with you later on. And now let's go to the next question. Let's describe the three kidnappers, their name, their nickname if there is one, and their personality trait, their body shape, etc. Just came up with what you can think of.
And I introduced the Spaniard, who is Inigo, and he's the first one to fight with Wesley and lose. He is a very thin man, but he was very honest, willing to fight with his opponent head on, and rather than play tricks. And he was also very studious in order to defeat the killer of his father to learn a long time to sword. But because of time spent, he traveled half of the world and failed to find the killer of his father, led to her keen self-thought, and he want to drink, use drink to let him don't thinking about these things. Um, and then he met the Sicilian, and the Sicilian helped him to quit drinking.
Yes, this is what actually happened to Inigo, also known as Spaniard, when he was young. A nobleman wants him to make a sword for him, and his father spent like 5 solid years to make the sword for him. But later on, the nobleman just was not satisfied with the sword, and Inigo's father decided to give the sword to his son, and and the nobleman was very angry, and consequently he killed Inigo's father. And Inigo started to practice fencing skills, as Jesse said before, just to revenge for his dad. So from this point, we can tell he loves his father very much, and he would revenge for his loved one through his own efforts. Teresa, could you tell us something about the kidnapper you would like to introduce?
I would like to introduce Vizzini, and he's the Sicilian. Uh, he's criminal philosopher who will do anything for a bag of gold. And the book also describe him that he has a gentlest face and almost angelic, almost angelic. Yeah.
Okay. And Leo, you can just describe the last one.
Okay, let's talk about physic. Okay, we all know he's giant, and I think he's timid and obedient. Why? Because you see, Sicilian he follows every order. He follows Sicilian's orders for never ever would have, no matter it is difficult or not. And yeah, and I think he's also strong because he's really big and tall.
Yes, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. So first of all, he is best known for his gigantic body shape, because he's the which country is from? I didn't remember, but from a country that produces, yeah, Turkey. Yes, that's the country. From the Turkey, and we're a nation produces giant kids. And obedience is what I also like what you talk about very much, because he always follows Sicilian's order, and this shows how a team works. They all listen to their team leaders. Is I like what you guys share, and they're the same as I think of them. And let's go on to the next question. Let's turn our book to page 107. On page 107, there is a sudden flashback. Then the sharks went mad, and we can see the next paragraph talks about She does not. I looked up at him. What? This is the dialogue when the son and his grandparents were. It's not even in the story. And can anybody analyze what's the meaning or the point of this sudden flashback?
I think that the author want to use his own experience to see the tension of the reader, and also he want to cultivate the follow-up plot that the buttercup won't be eaten by shark in advance.
Yes, I like that. Do you have anything to add, or do you agree with her?
Um, I from this part, we know that William Goldman's personality. Um, we can know that William is um, getting involved in the reading, and the book, the plot is really attractive. As we know from the beginning of the book, the, this book, The Princess Bride, is his favorite book, and also from here we um, he may want to tell the young readers like kids um, they should we should not worry that the main character will die in the in the book because uh, the whole book is talk about him. So she would not die here.
Yes, that's the point. The whole story is talk, and the plot is pushed forward around Buttercup. She is the main character, in other words, so she couldn't die. Just uh, this this part of the book. It's only page 107. She will not die. What about you, Leo? Do you have anything to add?
I think there are 2 points. Firstly, I think the author used these dialogues to show that the boy is really in his pays fully attention on the story. And secondly, you see, there's a sentence in the dialogue says she doesn't get eaten by the sharks at this time. I think the author used the dialogue wants to tell the readers and Buttercup is still alive.
Yes, I agree with you all, and all the analysis from my own is the same as yours. So first of all, I think she is giving the readers a stop because it's very nervous. Like the main character is gonna be eaten by the shark. Um, I don't think anybody wouldn't be nervous at this time, so it actually gives the reader a stop, and it demonstrates the grandson's like about the book, as Teresa said before. Um, the child is very into the book, and he liked the book very much. And the third point is give the reader some own space to think about what's happening to Buttercup next. Probably she's going to be eaten by the shark, or probably she will survive. And this is the meaning and the point of the this flashback. And I like your analysis all very, and you guys did a good job. And now let's go to page 122 to 123. This is when the noble. This is when Inigo's father's friend came to ask him to make the six-fingered sword for the nobleman. But as we all can see, there are five individual paragraphs. That is only one word, no. And so he said five no's, and also on page 123, he used five stupid to show like make a stupid sword with stupid jewels in the form of stupid initials so some stupid Italian can throw this stupid mistress. No, that I would not do. Here are five no's and five stupids. What can be shown of his father from this? Could anybody tell me something?
I can infer from this except that Inigo's father proposed behind creating a sword, and he has his own principles and craft for um, superficial reasons, and he is very passionate about the art of the making and wants to create weapons that have a purpose and meaning rather than create just a weapon. And I think these five no and stupids just that his disdain for the frivolous requests that lack substance and significance.
Yes, I agree with you. It shows his principle that he's not making this word for the Italian nobleman. And do you have anything to add?
Yeah. The five no shows that the Inigo's father will not be moved um, by any temptation, even uh, wealth, gifts, or uh, threats, or friends begging. And also, there's a comparison with the five stupid. Um, uh, from the context, we can know that Inigo's father was made a sword for an 80-year-old man to survive in duel, and um, he worked very hard and devised a different formula to make a strong but very light sword. But however, this time his friends want him to make a sword with two mysteries, and that's a kind that's we know that his father is honorable, and he's a man of kind and in, integrity.
Yes, I agree with you all. And my last question is for you, Leo. And later on, because he started to make this work for the nobleman, right? As we all know, and that's under the circumstance when the nobleman man rode his horse to Inigo's and his father's home, and Inigo's father decided to make the sword for him. Do you know why, or can you make a guess?
So maybe, yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
As we know, his father is a master of
Yes,
making swords.
yes, he is known as the toppest and the most marvelous sword maker in the whole village. Yes,
And
go on.
masters, some of the masters are creepy, so maybe he has some maybe special personality. For example, he wants to be respected. So at first time when Inigo asks him to make a sword for a nobleman, he may think he's not the man doesn't respect him, and so he refused to make the sword. The second time when the nobleman come personally and ask him to make a sword, he thinks he received the respect from the nobleman, so he decides to make a sword for him.
Yes, I mean my guess is exactly the same to yours because we all know he's a master, as you said before, and masters don't make things for everyone. Like, not everyone can come to a master or the most marvelous person in the whole village or even in the whole country to make a just to make a sword. And this is regarded as disrespectful. And if I am the master, or you can think that if you are the masters, you will not make the sword for them since they're not very respectful. And if the nobleman wants the best sword maker to make him a sword, at least he should come with to the sword maker on his own, like in person. And yes, there is something to do with the respect, and that's why I agree with Leo very much. And the next question should be an easy one. So under what circumstance did the trial, I mean Sicilian, in Spaniard and Fezzik, they meet each other, and what's their purpose according to the text? And did the three people meet together at the same time, or is there a sequence like the first two person meet and then the third person just join them? Describe what describe what happened during their assemble, or did they meet each other?
And
So Jesse, could you just please tell us under what circumstance? No, first tell me, did the three people meet together at the same time, or is there a sequence?
there's a sequence.
Yes. Which two person meet the first, and who joined the other two?
The Sicilians and the Franks first meet, and Inigo last join them.
Well, I think Inigo and Cecilia met first, and then Fezzik joined them. What do you think, Teresa? Well, I mean, I could remember things wrong. I don't.
um, um, oh, um, Physic and Vicini, they met first, uh, and Sicilian joined. Because from the page 141, we could know that because um, the Sicilian think that because he had a dream with his uh, Gaili plus uh, Turk's strength plus uh, Spaniard's sword. So and so the
So Cecilia
so
and Spaniard,
So
yes,
Inigo
yes.
joined them at last.
I find this because in the page 141, it says that because the Sicilian had a dream with his just image.
Okay, and what's the purpose, or according to the text, what's their purpose of forming the group? Yes, that's actually right after the Sicilian had a dream. So, could you please tell me, Leo?
Hold on. So, me wants to with guy plus Turk's strength plus the Spaniard sword. So they might become the most effective criminal organization in the civilized world. And they can maybe do
Yes,
something.
this is their purpose, and I want to apologize for that I actually remembered the plot wrong. And so yes, that's my bad. And their purpose is actually, I think they kind of want to conquer the world because they're regarded as the strongest group in the whole world and the most effective criminal organization according to the text. And the next question, there is something to do with the satire, as I said before. There's the satire at the very end of the assigned page, which we can regard to page 216 to page 218. The satire is when, no, I mean, the situation is when they came out successfully from the fire swamp. Um, when Prince Humperdinck wants Buttercup to go back with him. And Buttercup said, yes, I will go back to you. But Wesley this time said, do you know how much effort did I pay in order to get you and save you back? And Wesley said, you would rather live with the person you don't love than to die with the person you love. And this is the satire. And could anyone explain what happened? Or I actually said what happened. Could you analyze what's the satire here? Or what does the writer wants to tell us? Is whoever has the answer who can just speak out and we'll discuss upon that. The key term is to live with the person you don't love instead of dying with the person you love.
So from my perspective, so there are two options for Buttercup, the prince and Wesley. So she has she has fallen in love with Wesley for a long time, and she still loves Wesley when her parents want her to marry to the prince. So maybe the author wants to tell us that if you cannot live if you cannot live with the one you loved, you may just go die.
Yes, and do you have any other ideas?
My opinion is that Buttercup's changed herself to save Wesley because she she think that she would go to go with the prince, and Wesley will go back to his ship and survive. So because of this, uh, I do not think um it's really die or live with uh who you don't love. It's just Buttercup want to save her love. So um, that's my opinion.
Yes, different people actually have different opinions upon this. Because from Wesley's perspective, Buttercup chose to uh, live with who she doesn't love instead of dying with him. But he probably don't know that Buttercup is saving him. He probably just think the Princess Buttercup wants a good life and she does not want to die. And this is actually different from different people's opinion. And I like I like you two's opinion all because and from different perspective we actually have different analysis over this. And here comes the exit tickets. How do you think your our book club meeting went today?
Too good. Fabulous.
Is do
Really,
Yes, I think we did a good job. Like everyone has something to say and we discussed upon the whole scene and I actually want to praise everyone of our group because we literally have to read like about 120 pages, and I've got many questions with very detailed text in the book in the assigned reading, and everyone can answer the questions very good, and you all know what to analyze, and that's pretty good for you guys. And what do you like about the book thus far?
um,
I think that the book is just follow the way that I wanted to go. Just like the last BC meeting, we talked about that what happened in in, in, in this in this meeting, and I imagined that the Wesley won't die, and then it happened. Yes, of course, and I think that maybe maybe the things happen later is the same. I just uh wanted to go.
Yes, I know that your meaning is like different. The two meanings linked with each other pretty good. Like the plots are linked together, and what we there is also questions about the from the last episode. I mean the prediction that we met, and we also discussed upon it in this meeting. And what about you two, Teresa and Leo? What do you like? How do you like the book thus far?
So I like the gentle battle between Enoch and the man in black, as well as with Wesley. I think
Yes,
the two gentle swordmen, just like the cowboys from the
from the
America.
West, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, from the West American.
I really like the minor characters. Um, they're all four figures. They did some bad things like kidnapping the princess and get a large sum of money. Or like the prince force Buttercup to marry him. For instance, like Inigo, um, he is really gallant, and he throw the rope to the man in black and to save him from the cliff. And he also wait him to get ready to start the duel, and he respect his rivals. So
Yes, I actually like the book so very much as well. The whole process on when the three pirates kidnapped Buttercup and Wesley pretended himself in the Man in Black mask for ransom. That's his excuse actually, and his own aim is to just rescue his princess and to save the girl she always loved. And I like this very much. Okay, so for the next week, the Leo is gonna be host, and we can all look forward to that. And we're gonna read another 100 pages. And you all did a very good job today. And let's just call it a day.